Hello, everyone. Welcome to our webinar. I'm Venki. I'll be your host for today's session. I'm thrilled to be here and have the opportunity to connect with you, all of you. Now, let me introduce to our amazing speakers for today. First up, we have Mike Sar, who is our Director of EMEA Sales at ViewStorefront, with over 18 years of experience in the industry. Today, Mike would give us an overview of the ViewStorefront, its capabilities, its API stack, and etc. Next, we have Matthias Jacob, who is an expert and leads UI UX practice at Royal Cyber, comes with an experience of 17 plus years. Matthew will be sharing his insights on our UI Center of Excellence and some of the best practices and solutions. And finally, we have Bharat Kumar Janardhan, our Commercetools lead at Royal Cyber, with an extensive knowledge in the backend platforms. Bharat will be discussing how the integration syncs with Commercetools and the backend commerce systems, along with the exclusive accelerator and quick start packages. Now, let me take a moment to introduce our company. We are Royal Cyber, a leader in the field of digital transformation and technology consulting. We are dedicated to providing innovative and cutting-edge solutions and end-to-end services to the clients and helping them achieve their goals. Serving major enterprise organizations as an IT system implementer and trusted technology partner, and leading technology includes SAP, Salesforce, Commercetools, Adobe Commerce, HCL, to name a few. Since its inception in 2002 and have successfully completed over 1,500 projects and over working with 600 plus clients worldwide through our offices having in USA, Canada, India, Pakistan, KSA, Australia, and New Zealand. We have our office at headquartered at Illinois, Chicago. Now, what you will learn today from this webinar. The agenda provides a comprehensive overview of the topics related to ViewStorefront, offerings, insights, and practical information for those looking to build or enhance their e-commerce sites using the framework. An overview of ViewStorefront components and APIs that make the ViewStorefront framework, including its architecture, core components, and key features. The concept of front-end as a service and how it relates to e-commerce, specifically discussing how ViewStorefront is designed and enable composable commerce, customized online stores. The best UI practices and solutions for designing user-friendly and attractive interfaces for e-commerce sites built with ViewStorefront. Commercetools expertise at Royal Cyber and its accelerator packages, which are pre-built modules and integrations that help business speed up the development process and improve the functionality of their e-commerce sites. The final session of the webinar will feature a live demo by ViewStorefront showcasing the platform capabilities and how it can be used to build and manage successful online stores. Our partnership with ViewStorefront. Royal Cyber and its vast experience into digital transformation and technology consulting will now be offering ViewStorefront the fastest growing e-commerce platform to its clients. The partnership will enable businesses to benefit the cutting edge technology and unparalleled customers support offered by both companies. And from here, I would like to hand it over to Mike to take it forward. Over to you, Mike.
Thanks, Venki. Hopefully I can share my screen. Just one moment while I figure this out. Thank you very much, Venki. It's a pleasure to be with you all today, ladies and gentlemen. I want to explain now how ViewStorefront helps organizations drive superior customer experience by optimizing the way the front end is delivered in a flexible and composable manner. What we have at ViewStorefront is an optimal technology and mix approach. We are able to deliver composable architecture, which allows you to connect many commerce backends, CMS applications, and other applications, and then combines that with a critical open source UI library. The advantage of having an open source UI library, which delivers you an atomic design system, is that you're able to modify, customize, theme, and ultimately own the front end that you deliver to your business. And that gives you great flexibility in the way that you're able to deliver different brands and different solutions to your e-commerce business. Fundamentally, where the heavy lifting is done is in our ability to orchestrate different systems together using a number of pre-built APIs that enable a faster connection of critical e-commerce applications and connecting that to unique and highly performant front ends. In order to deliver the performance at the front end, we are using progressive web app technology, which enables you to have mobile-first applications that enable gestures and the typical features that you would find in native apps. Our solution enables you to accelerate your custom development. It ensures strong performance, it scales seamlessly, and delivers an excellent user experience. So as I mentioned, our open source library enables you to develop the right components and ensure that those components are suitable for your brand and design. It gives you full flexibility in this area. Then in our proprietary platform, we're basically connecting that UI set to different backend solutions using our highly performant middleware solution, which is very tightly coupled to the way the front end is delivered. So this delivers you performance. It ensures that the front end has AA accessibility features. It's highly scalable. It auto resizes, auto scales. So Black Friday events, things like that, we're taking care of all of those problems for you. And it also delivers a maintainable code set that avoids technical debt going forward. Our hosting platform, based on Google Cloud, is tuned for ultimate performance. And through this, you can deliver an excellent customer experience across multiple brands. As I mentioned, we're using open source UI components that are built with all the groundwork ready done for you, enabling you to accelerate your project development time. So there's already 50 more components, and they're already ready to use with various CMS integrations. Everything comes in a fully aligned Figma file, and it's very, very easy for you to customize this. Our atomic design principle enables organizations to build libraries of components that are themed in different styles. Here's an example from one of our customers, Berlin Brands. What Berlin Brands has done, as you can see at the top here, is use various atomic components, and then using those components, which have been styled differently for different brands, they're able to build different molecules and organisms and then deliver those into unique templates. This enables continued acceleration for delivery of new brands. So the first build out, where most of the components are engineered, this first brand was delivered in around 4 months. The second brand, where additional components were needed and the build set was completed, was delivered in 2 months. Now, subsequent brands are being delivered 1 month per brand because the entire library is ready to go. And now all they're worried about is the theming and the construction of the various pages. This is how you deliver increasing performance and scalability to your projects. Our API-led approach enables businesses to combine software application components and create bespoke functions and capabilities that can be delivered to the front end. Additionally, you can build extra integrations that are not supported in the API library and use those to complete the solution you need for your business. Our framework is enabling a cost and time reduction, but provides great flexibility and significant choice for businesses to create a unique environment that's suitable for their precise business needs. Our enterprise API stack is delivered with a whole variety of different pre-developed integrations that enable you to plug and play different applications together and speed up the delivery of your front end. This is also delivering a seamless user experience. These commerce platforms at the top here are available. We also have from our open source library stack, Magento as well, as an example that can be used in the enterprise configuration. These can then be plugged into various CMS solutions, and our aim here is to help you future-proof your front end, enabling you to change out back-end systems or other components without having to rip up your entire front end. So this is also giving you an element of future protection as you change your design going forward. All of these are orchestrated using our orchestration layer and deliver a performant front end to the various clients you may choose to provide to. So Mac OS, Windows, Android, iOS, it doesn't really matter to us. Our open source integrations, some of which we indeed design and support ourselves, such as Magento, give you some additional flexibility and can be used with the enterprise framework. In terms of the CMS, a significant topic, particularly for customers, is the desire to move to an optimized combination of back-end enterprise e-commerce system and a CMS. And you can add these CMS systems very, very easily with pre-built components that we already have. This means that you can manage from the business, the content, the layout, the pages, and the style, and you can access a variety of different e-commerce platforms and use this incredible list of different CMSs here. Looking at a more technical level, our atomic design and reusable components enable the build of multi-brand deployments because you can build this core library and you could repurpose those elements for different brands. We've got these specific system calls, which you will see in the demonstration, that enable you to bring forth the UI through the API layer and deploy it to the front end. With server-side rendering and Jamstack, we're able to deliver highly performant front ends. This is very fast, very scalable, and it's easy to customize. Progressive Web Applications, which is a Google backend standard, enables the creation of fast and responsive websites and mobile device UI that can feel like a full mobile application. It's very important to understand that your project team has the choice on what PWA features you use. What we have done is we've enabled the framework so that you can take advantage of that in your development cycle. The big result of this is you can deliver a consistent UI look and feel, full gesture functions where needed, and yet you can bypass app stores if you don't wish to use them. You can also embed a PWA into an app frame. So if you still wish to have an app store product, you can do so with a frame, but inject the content using a PWA into it. Our whole approach is about the delivery platform, which enables you to reduce your cost of ownership and enables you to also benefit from having us manage your security, us manage your DevOps and SecOps together. This will enable you to deliver better developer efficiency because you're no longer worrying about how to construct the deliverable at the front end. We've taken all of this problem away from you, and we've provided you an auto-sizing, auto-scaling capability. Alongside this, we work very closely with Royal Cyber, our partner, to make sure that their developers are delivering high-quality code to you as a customer. So in conjunction with them, we do independent code audits where we report both to Royal Cyber and the client. We want to assist you both to be delivering optimal code from our stack and ensuring the best performance of the UI. So we also do pre and post launch review, and we work together as a collaborative team to troubleshoot issues. So why would you choose Vue Storefront? Simply put, as I've explained, we're using our components to help get e-commerce system UI to market faster. It's a pre-developed deployment system, and it includes atomic design components, which are flexible and easy to repurpose. With our API integration layer, you can pick and match and mix different components to give your business the right combination of functionality and yet save time and cost in the way that you can deliver that. And finally, with our fully managed hosting, we're taking away the heavy lifting in terms of delivery and maintenance of that front end and making sure it performs and delivers performance to you every single day, every hour of the day. Today, if you check with Built With, you'll find that we have over 2,000 e-commerce business stores delivered and deployed worldwide. Here is a selection of some of the brands that are using our technology. But it's not just about the number of stores we have, it's also about the community that goes behind that. So in 2022, we actually trained 4,200 developers, and these were trained for free by us. to enable a wide community to be able to deliver and maintain View Storefront technology. We also have another 250 contributors who are constantly adding stuff into the open source side of the solution. From a customer perspective, here are some examples of customers that we've deployed and some of the results they've got. Zadig & Voltaire is a fashion retailer, as you can see, and for them, developing an appropriate mobile device-led front end was critical. We've seen a 72% increase in mobile conversion rate, 115% more page views by their clients, and very importantly, a reduction in the mobile bounce rate of 62%. Italian Wheel has also been able to generate similar sorts of results. So again, you can see mobile revenue up by 131%, conversion rate up by 131%, page views up by 45%. So what we're really talking about here is exactly what I said right at the beginning, is this enables you to bring better conversion to your business by delivering the right front end to your customers. Okay, so thank you very much, everybody. I'm now going to hand over to Matthew.
Thank you so much, Mike. Over to you, Matthew.
Thanks, Mike, for the great insight. Hello, everyone. My name is Matthew. I lead the front-end practice here at Royal Cyber. So let me share my screen. Hope you are able to see my screen. So in Royal Cyber, our front-end development team is a group of passionate UI specialists. Right? We have done tremendous implementations in the front-end space. Either it is a greenfield project or is a migration or a support project. And we have classified our service offering into four. One is consulting. So we have around 20 years of experience in the industry. So this deep expertise which we have in the front-end space. So this help us to advise or direct the customer in the right strategy in the front-end space. The application services, the application development or a support or a architecture design, or it is a single page applications, whatever it is, we help the customers to implement that. About the integration and migration services, so it can be a legacy to a new framework or a monolithic to a headless solution like Vue Store Frontend, or it can be an enablement of accessibility in an applications or improving the performance, so on. Right, we do an assessment for your application to check the performance issues, or it can be the accessibility complaints issues and all. We also do a free 2 weeks of assessment for your website. So if you are interested, you can contact us. The digital platform, so basically building a UI for digital platforms like Hybris, Commercetools, Salesforce, Commerce Cloud, Magento, etc. So we are a team of 100 plus front-end developers situated in various parts of the globe, with most of them with e-commerce domain knowledge. We have integrated UX UI backend model. So in this model, where architect engaged with our UX UI specialist and backend team to ensure that there is a seamless experiences which we deliver, and the handshake it be proper. So our dedicated delivery excellence team we have for front end, who periodically they will do the code review or quality check to ensure that we deliver things in time. And we are working with various solutions, right? So with a product, 3D product viewer is one of our internal solution. We also have developed accelerators using Vue Store Frontend as a front-end solution. Partnership program, Venkat has already done, he have already explained about the partnership program, so I'm not going into that. So our UI Center of Excellence, right? We are consistently upskilling and cross-skilling all the resources to meet the market expectation. So now let us discuss about the UI strategy that help you to take the right UI development approach. So there are many ways to achieve the target, right? But we think the following are some of the top priorities. Given the limited time, I will take you through the top 10 priorities. The first one is about the popular framework selection. Sorry about that. So the decision of the framework you select in the front end is very, very critical and important, because that is the critical decision for your application lifecycle. You heard the advantage of use storefront from Mike. So when you select a framework, choose that is among the top rather than coding the project from the scratch or framework which is not popular. So sometimes if your customer selects a framework which is not popular then you have to ask what is the intent of the use. And if the answer is about choosing a different unpopular framework, then you should make them understand the consequences and explain this detail to the customer, right? So the second thing about the style guides, so there is an established style guides for every reputable framework that outline its best practices. So you can tweak the style guidelines according to your branding guidelines, but the mandatory practices or the approach that needs to be followed, you cannot skip that, right? So about the third one, about the component based architecture, the componentized, or we can say that a modular or an atomic approach, it saves you from coding your architecture with old style patterns, that lead to your inflexible architecture. So ask your developers to base their architecture on loosely coupled independent and reusable UI component, so that each can be ported to another application very easy, right? So in the previous sessions you heard about the view atomic principles from the Mike, its architecture and the components. Keep the components as small as possible, so you can reuse some of them in several places of your application. But at the same time, the application grows, right? You have many components, right? So the things are starting getting messy. So it is hard to find what is the right component and what is the responsibility of that component, and it will become a maintainable issue. So there are several ways how you can structure the components, how you can do the namespacing of the components. So ensure that you will be following that. About the JavaScript, so if you want to use the future syntax, definitely go with an ECMAScript. So this brings the new syntax which it's an awesome the features, right? There are also features for that to make your code more modern and more readable. So it allows you to write only less code and do more functionalities, right? So you can use there are many great features on this scripts, like arrow functions, template strings, and class destruction modules, etc. So the important one, another one is about the mobile first strategy. So we all are familiar with the terminology, but still we see many issues coming into the limelight during the final release phase, right, which affects the omnichannel experience. So it is very common in web project that the developers ignore this and design first for desktop, but then updating it to the mobile. So this is a problem. So this increase the cost and it degrades the mobile experience. So when you use the approach is that several web elements do not adapt well to smaller. So if you go with that approach, the components will not adapt to the smaller screen. So what is happening that as I said, it degrades the experience on small devices. So small devices, mobile devices. So mobile devices have become, right, very, very integral part of present web landscape right today, and we will continue. It will be continuing to be a vital for the future role as well, right? So as I mentioned, mobile contributes approximately half of the overall web traffic. So one must also understand in mind that the number of mobile users has surpassed more than desktop users. So this is very, very important. So the conclusion, what I'm trying to say is that you should ask your team to design the mobile page first and separately. It can be a mobile first approach or separately for the mobile, while ensuring that the load time and rendering time are satisfactory on mobile devices. Coming to the sixth point about the code quality guidelines. While there is obvious no magic, right, recipe for writing a quality code, at least let's ask the coders to avoid common pitfalls that directly leads to the system with major flaws, right? You must already aware of the importance of it, right? So good code help to produce scalable, maintainable system and for a long run. So sometimes depending on the circumstances, the developers, whatever they tool in hand, the project, because of the timeline pressure, the developers, they will decide to write codes very easy, and that might be difficult to change later. They just do some copy paste and do it without following best practices. So the essence of a good code is in in a simple way, or a three simple ways I can say that it should be easy to change, right? So so the code should be easy to change. Also it should be readable. It's also be testable. It should be reusable, and also reliable and maintainable, and also have gracefully handled the failures without any user effort. The seventh one about the SEO. So some of the so you are very familiar with this terminology, right? So some of the front end most reputed and used framework cannot be crawled by Google search engine. So if being found by Google search engine is your requirement, ask your team to ensure that each view and data are rendered also by the server. So the best option is to opt for a server-side rendering, or it is called like SSR, right? So the eighth one is about the rendering and load time. So it's very common to find front-end teams doing well-designed fancy JavaScript programming that ends with beautiful UI, which unfortunately let the user wait for more than 10 seconds until the page loads, right? So when a website might get into user attention for few seconds, fast loading is more important and critical. So Google search engine, for example, measures the time for first byte and punishes the slow site, right? So my suggestion here is to define how fast it takes for the page to fully render. There are many development techniques to achieve this goal, right? So the ninth one is about the licensing. So we taught that to reuse the code. So what we will do, the developers typically copy paste, and they will not aware of the third party, right, the conditions, or no, they will copy from a blog and they don't understand the trademarks or IP protection. So very careful about the reuse of the code to avoid the legal expenses. Ask your team to notify and consult before any use of the third party components. And the final one is about accessibility. Not to mention, our moral obligation is supporting a differently able people. So start doing accessibility also along with your development to avoid so avoid any cost. So you do it later, then the cost will increase. So that is the good reason to ask your developers to conform to typically accessibility rules and specifically ensure that they will satisfy the local accessibility laws. With this, I will stop my presentation. I am handing over to Bharat. Bharat, please take it forward.
I'm Bharat, and I am taking care of Commercetool practice at Royal Sabre. I just want to give overview about practice on Commercetool logs at Royal Sabre and what are the areas that we do. Basically, we have Royal Sabre is a premium partner with Commercetools, and we have a strong knowledge-based team in our Commercetool practice, around 50 Commercetool experts. We have certified developers and architect with extensive hands-on implementing any B2B or B2C model. And also we also built accelerator solutions for quicker deliverables and help customers on speed to market, and also team follow some of the best practices for any project implementations, like Matthew explained earlier. So, and we have work around the globe, and we have delivery centers across the globe. So this is like overview about the practice. Let's move on to the next slide. Yeah. So if you talk about Commercetool, right, SB stands on top of MACH. So Commerce was built on modern MACH principles. It means it's a cloud-based microservices solutions, and as well as it's all we are getting 300 plus commerce APIs that can be individually consumed. So that helps, right, to build any e-commerce application as fast as quickly to leveraging the out-of-the-box features. And if talk about API first, is that a core for a digital commerce? They are the glue that connects that application and allows organization to develop any new business opportunity using Commercetool. I said like MACH principles, like we can have flexibility to create a new experience for any digital touch points. On cloud native, is it like as like SaaS platform? It's a multi-tenant SaaS platform. It allows faster development, better maintainability, and like free from premises software lock reliance on developer maintenance. It helps a lot. And coming to headless, Commercetools delivers a decoupled open environment that enables limitless commerce capability across all channels. Since that it's a netless and no composable, we can easily integrate with a Vue storefront or any other front end, where it's a like default integration SDKs are available even in the marketplace, where we can utilize it and deliver the things faster. So yeah, we have done like work with UI practice to build some of the accelerator that helps customers to go to market very fast. Next slide. Yeah. So since it's a composable world, today is a composable world for any e-commerce. They are leveraging modern technology and approaches like MACH principles like microservices, API, cloud, headless to adopt every change and market dynamics for today and tomorrow. So composable commerce, like we see like benefits like it allows commerce team to select and assemble the best of breed commerce solution, and that helps like compose them to satisfy their business needs, and also to move towards the future proof digital commerce experience. So basically the goal of composable architecture to break down larger and complex business system into smaller and like more manageable components, and also like it integrates APIs across all business process and activities, and then combine those APIs to create a digital solution. So yeah, it's a like composables approach, right? To we can have one portfolio that can serve a wide range of business model like B2B, B2C, or D2C. So apart from that, we no that else I already told, it's a time to market and ready to use, and it's a modern technology like MACH principles, and it is like more agility and also like performance and scalability is high because everything is running on the cloud, and it's like have a very good return of investment is going of composable commerce. It's also benefits of composable commerce. So here in this slide, right, now you got an idea like how we store friends integrate, or like how Commercetools as MACH principles. So for any business, like any e-commerce that they want to implement in their project, they have to write some customization based on the event, based on our experience and hands-on with a lot of projects. So we have a ready-made available accelerator that builds and helps customers on go and implement in their projects. So like I have a key accelerator that I can call out here. One is like for security wise, we have already built JWT token or OTP sign-in feature, which is readily available. We can go and implement it on security related functionalities that is required for any project. And we have custom B2B features, which we see like court approval, court negotiation, or like it's a like organization, company employees maintaining their hierarchy access. So all those things which we have built. Even we have ready-made components for Vue storefront and Commercetools, which can be readily deployed. And other part is like Miracle Marketplace connector, where this connector helps like quickly to implement Miracle and Commercetools, connect between that, and you can have a multi-seller price and product sync up between the Miracle and Marketplace. And other on like customer experience, we have accelerator kind of like a product search, recommendation, and product comparison that helps improve the customer experience. And on customer service, we have an accelerator which is a unique accelerator like which supports customer service, and they can as a ticketing mechanism, as well as it has a customer 360 view, which customer service agent or support guy and understand more on customer centric point of view to support their customers. And the subscribe and save is like kind of it's like enhancing the Commercetools features to have subscribe the product and save it for later to get more return of revenue for the business. So altogether, like we have worked on across the functionalities to implement. So we have highlighted the key accelerator. Where there are other accelerators that we have based on the use cases that can be taken up for any implementation. So this is for I just want to, since this helps most of the people. So we do B2C or B2B implementation where we go with discovery phases, where we can give for anyone who are reaching us to us, we can able to do the discovery sessions quickly in 2 weeks of time and understand the requirements and what are the things that we can opt from Royal Cyber that can be discussed. So on high level, right, most of the 80 to 90% of B2C are like we know like what are the things is there. It's all readily available and that can be leveraged from Royal Cyber. So based on that, we have another package kind of stuff like Snap. We call it as a RC Snapshot package for implementation in e-commerce tool project. It includes like along with the front end as well. So we have categorized the features list, whatever is required for e-commerce on the left hand side, and right hand side, right, you have a 2 column where package 1 and package 2 denotes, which comes in a snapshot package as readily available in 4 weeks of time and 8 weeks of time. So this as case to case, it differs from business to business. And we can understand in the discovery phase what is required and what can be implemented and to reach speed to market, and that can whatever that customizations required that can be considered and plan accordingly. Yeah, so here I completed my presentation. Let me hand over for demo to come and take it forward. Thank you very much.
So what you're seeing on your screen at the moment is a full-blown application of Content Stack, Commercetools, and Algolia, with working all together under the API orchestration of Vue Storefront. So the home page and the Vue Storefront world page are coming directly from the content management system. They're totally manageable by marketeers and content editors from the Content Stack interface, while the products, the product listing pages, the product details pages, everything related to the products, as well as the combination of content and commerce together, wherever we have price changes or discounted price, all of this is API communication with Commercetools that is established by Vue Storefront. And finally, if we say something we do any search, it's powered by Algolia. So all of those products working together in a composable stack are, as I mentioned, working under the orchestration of Vue Storefront and running on the Vue Storefront cloud, where we're making sure it's performant, it's up and running, and we cover the service level availability for the application. And just a brief demonstration in terms of how the components, the Vue components that we provide out of the box for content management systems work. I can do a quick entry on Content Stack and see those changes being reflected on the page right away. So here, if we look, we have a winter collection on our site, but actually winter has, or at least the Christmas time has passed. So time for New Year's resolutions. So we can add another slide in here in our instances, say choose one of the files. and publish, send to different environments. And then when we refresh our page, we get the New Year's resolution slide. And of course, we can take down the one about the winter collection. Again, publish. Refresh our slides, and we don't have the winter collection anymore. So that's how fast it is for content editors to work with all of the components of a composable commerce solution. And of course, having a very brief peek at what is the code powering all of that. It's the View Storefront application. It is a Next application, so the banners that we were seeing in here, this is all Vue code that we are shipping or providing our partners with a ready-to-go solution for it. That is also fully extendable, so that it could be modified to match any project's requirements. And as I mentioned, we provide the API integration between Commercetools, Content Stack, Algolia, and any given solution in the MACH architecture to add or remove in any part of the project life cycle. So customers are free to choose whichever of the enterprise integration stack that we shared previously in the webinar, and at any point they can plug and play those solutions and get a performant front end out of it. With that, our demo is concluded, and I'm handing over to Venki for the closing of the webinar. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Thanks for the wonderful demo. Appreciate it. Now we can have the Q&A question and answer session.